Welcome to the King's Code Podcast. My name is Raul Villases, and today we're going to talk about emotional fitness. I'm going to take a look at this video clip that Jordan Peterson did, an interview with Piers Morgan. And in this interview, it seems that Jordan Peterson broke down when Piers Morgan asked him a question regarding a movie that the villain was supposed to be about him. So let's take a look at this clip, and we're going to dissect it and see what we could get out of this clip. Welcome to the King's Code Podcast.
This is based on you, this insane man, this pseudo-intellectual hero to the incel community. Incel being these weirdo loner men who are despicable in many ways. Is that you? Are you the intellectual hero to these people?
So right away, I want you to see how Jordan took that question on. At the beginning, he was like, okay, let's talk about me being a hero. But then when he said about, this weak man, this loner man, and you see how his physiology shifted the moment that they started painting that picture about him being the leader in this movie on this particular type of man. So let's see how he reacts.
Sure, why not? People have been after me for a long time because I've been speaking to disaffected young men. What a terrible thing to do that is. I thought the marginalized were supposed to have a voice.
It's making you emotional, talk about that.
Well, God,
You could feel this pain. You could feel the pain. And I think that one of the things that I'm getting from this video and consuming content from Jordan Peterson is realizing that this man is in a mission, that he's speaking to those men who may not have a voice, speaking to men that feel that they're in a dark place, that feel like, man, the world is against them, and to be categorized in a place where now you are the leader of this type of man, and in a negative way, of course he's going to feel a certain way. But I don't think that he's breaking down like the media wants to make it seem like he broke down as too much pressure or it broke down because, he's weak. No, he's having empathy. Many times in my talks and when I put events, I get emotional because I step into different men's shoes. I step into the dark moments. I step into the place when I was in a dark moment. So I'm imagining Jordan right now stepping into those moments like, shit, I know what those men feel like. I know what those men are going through. And that's why I put my content out there, because I want to help those men realize that they're not alone. They have somebody out there that's speaking out for them. So every single time that a man gets emotional, sometimes, people think that he's weak, that we can't show emotions. And then we have somebody showing emotions, somebody like Jordan Peterson, and then people think that, well, he's breaking down. He must be weak. What the fuck do you guys want? What the fuck do you want from a man? Do you want a man to be a robot? Do you want a man just to fucking wear a mask all the time? No, we have to be real with our emotions. But if we can't tap into those emotions to turn them into fuel, then we're going to react. And that's what I want to make sure that as we consume content like this, we see beyond the words and we see beyond what the man is going through, but really get into the feelings and the emotion of why he's feeling this way. So let's continue.
Well, God, it's very difficult to understand how demoralized people are. And certainly many young men are in that category. And you get these casual insults, these incels. What does it mean? It's like, well, these men, they don't know how to make themselves attractive to women who are very picky, and good for them. Women, be picky. That's your gift, man. Demand high standards from your men. Fair enough. But all these men who are alienated, it's like they're lonesome and they don't know what to do, and everyone piles abuse on them.
So you see how he shifted on a way of saying, yeah, take me on. I'll be that guy. Sure, I'll be the leader of those men. But the content that he puts out is not about feeling bad for those men. He actually tells them, level the fuck up. Get better. Get stronger. Bring some value. Give yourself a chance, because you're not a victim of your circumstances. You could be the creator of your destiny, but you have to take ownership of where you are. And I think right now in this culture, we look down upon men who are not bringing value instead of helping them see, okay, what can you do to bring value? Because you're no longer a baby. A lot of the times, the reason that we're in this culture where we have baby men for such a long time, that of course they can't get themselves out of the basement of their mothers to get a job or to get a career or to build a business, because we baby them so much. Now you have men like Jordan talking about how men are supposed to act and think and how to level up. Then, of course, we put him in a place where he shouldn't be saying those things, because he's talking to weak men. He's talking to weak men and all these lonely men who can't get the shit together. Let's continue.
When she said that, Olivia Wilde, it stung you, didn't it? I saw the
Oh,
reaction.
by that time, that as far as critiques go, that was kind of low level. I mean, once I got painted as Red Skull, magical super Nazi, that was kind of the end of the insults. There's no place past that. So when Olivia Wilde made those comments, the first thing I did was go look at the preview for her movie, which I quite liked. I thought I would go see that movie probably, and perhaps I will. It didn't really bother me. My family and I talked about it right away, and we were able to respond to it with some degree of humor.
See, he wasn't triggered about the comment. He wasn't triggered about him being demonized in a certain way. He was feeling the pain of how this man, are being looked upon. And I think a lot of the times we lack empathy. We lack empathy when it comes to certain type of men, especially young men out there that feel lost, young men out there that feel depressed, young men out there that look a certain way and they should have this shit together. I feel like at this level of the game, like, we should know better. We should be better. Like, instead of trying to divide people, men and women, and men should do this and women should do that, we should know better to empower each other. That no, men and women are not the same. Women, stop trying to be the same as men and men. Level the fuck up. Start owning your fucking power. Instead of being a victim of the movement, victim of what the culture says or what these people are saying. I really look at Jordan Peterson as one of those guys who's put his career on the line, who's put his content on the line to stand up for something. At least he's standing up for something. What are you standing up for? What do you believe in? If you have an opinion about something, are you just talking bullshit, or are you lifting people up? Are you bringing value to people? Or are you just condemning people and criticizing people? When I looked at the preview of the movie that he was talking about, I saw all the reviews, and they said that fucking movie sucked. Like, that movie wasn't good because it's not bringing value to people. I told my wife we should go take a look at the movie just to see what the movie's about. But the reality is, whenever you consume content, you have to ask yourself this question: am I being programmed to believe a certain way or to act a certain way that is making me a consumer of the content, or is helping me think on my own? Or is helping me become a better person? Hopefully when you consume my content, you realize that I'm helping you and I'm trying to trigger you to think a certain way, to start taking ownership of your life, to realize that you're not a victim. As a man, you have to own your emotions. You have to have emotional fitness to be able to own your emotions and feel them, to be able to turn them into fuel, to be able to channel those emotions and channel that energy to something positive, to something uplifting, to something that's going to bring people value. Because on the other side is depression. And the other side is darkness. And the other side is you feeling like a victim. So the question is, are your emotions owning you, or do you own your emotions? So 3 things I want to give you in order for you to learn how to own your emotions. Number 1 is feel them. Don't try to deflect them. Don't try to manage it. Don't try to sedate them. Feel your emotions. If you're angry, feel that anger. If you're depressed, feel the depression. If you feel sad, feel the sadness. The moment that you start feeling that you're not running away from your emotions, then ask yourself a question. Does this serve me to feel this way? Thinking this way, is this serving me? Number 2, how can you make those emotions better? How can you amplify? If you're feeling joy, you're feeling love, if you're feeling excitement, how can you make them better? Or if you're feeling sad or you're feeling depressed, how can you make those emotions better? And the third one is, how can I create a compelling future to use these emotions to get me closer to that compelling future? The reason that most men right now are depressed or they feel that they don't have enough time or they don't have enough money or they feel that they're being left behind is because they don't have a compelling future. I want you to channel that anger, channel that emotion, channel that feeling of not being enough to be able to do something about your compelling future, to actually get something out of this energy. Because unless you're able to own your emotions, own that energy, you're always going to be a victim of your circumstances. So I honor Jordan Peterson for owning his role in this culture of being the king of the insolence, whatever, that movie critic wanted to say about him. But at the end of the day, every single one of us, we're in a certain journey. And our job is to leave this world a better place. And if you're not doing the part of leaving this world a better place, well, you're part of the problem. You're part of the critics, not the man in the arena. The man in the arena is taking the punches. The man in the arena is taking the critics. But nobody will remember the man in the sidelines. History will always remember the man in the arena. So I hope that you are the man in the arena. I hope that you go in and make a stand and believe in something bigger than you. Because if you don't, you're going to fall for everything. And you're going to be programmed by the world. And eventually you're going to become a product of the media, a product of what people want you to be. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment and let me know what you're getting from this content. Until the next time, learn it, live it, experience it. Love life. If you're ready to find the edge, go to kingscodebook.com to get the latest copy of my book, The King's Code. This book will help you find the clarity, the certainty, and the purpose that you need in order for you to lead with power. Go to kingscodebook.com and find your code to the edge now.